This is hectic. Just missed it. What's up, guys? Welcome to Taiwan. That's right. And you might be wondering, what am I doing here? Well, hear me out. Before that over there, the building that looks like a wedding cake, that is famous Taipei 101. And there's some stuff happening here today. I'm not sure, something to do with gaming, because I did see some of the anime costume kind of thing. So definitely something is happening. But here it is. Beautiful Taipei. And today it's a beautiful day. We are in end of July. And last week we had a massive typhoon here. No, they did. And it was huge. Like, typhoons in Taipei, they're not unusual. But this last one was pretty severe. They said it's hasn't been that bad in the last 8 years. I think it's called Taipei Gami, something like that. But it's gone. So by the time I'm here, it's all clear. So lucky me, and lucky you guys, you get to see beautiful Taiwan on this bright sunny day. So I'm flying to Europe today. So I flew in from Australia. I landed at 5:30 in the morning, and my next connecting flight is at midnight. I did that on purpose to have this 17-18 hours layover so I could actually explore Taiwan like I always wanted to. Not for any particular reason, but it intrigued me. Obviously, it's very famous for its semiconductors, you know. World's, what they say, something like 60% of semiconductors are made in Taiwan. See? Look at her. Dressed pretty. You know what? Stand by. I'm just gonna jump onto the maps and find out how to get to this mountain. But in today's video, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to this elephant mountain, have a look at the lookout, come back to the Taipei, and I'll show you guys around a bit as well before we head back to the main city, not where the airport is, but just before that, there's a night market. So in this video, I'm trying to cover as much as possible during my stay here, so stay tuned. Okay, so I figured it out. That's where I have to go. See that mountain behind the building there? So that's the Elephant Mountain. It's quite a bit of a distance, maybe 15-20 minutes walk by the looks of it. But it should be fine. Such a warm day, like it's beautiful. When I left home in Australia, it was so cold, like cold. Oh, that must be a police station, I think. Yeah, it was so cold. So coming up here, nice and warm, love it. Everything is so organized and functional, like no one's running around through the middle of traffic to get across the street or the road. Everyone's following rules and regulations. It's so cool. So as we know, the Taiwan's famous for the semiconductors, which is a crucial component for most of the smart tech. Like you talk about phones, automobile, I don't know, anything that switches on and off, it's got a semiconductor in it. And Taiwan is renowned to produce 60% of world's semiconductors. I mean, the other countries like China, US, Korea, Japan, I think they produce as well. But 60% of the share, it's massive. And I've been Googling why why Taiwan? Like, why can't it be produced in any other country? And I found out some material online. Oh, that's the first beep I heard in Taiwan. Truck driver isn't happy. So to make a semiconductor, it's a highly skilled job, as you can imagine. A small conductor that's fitted in the phone. I don't know many people familiar with the sizes, like 5 nm, 7 nm. When iPhone tell them they got a new chip, that's the thickness. It's really tiny. They can put billion transistors into that little chip. So you can imagine the skill you need for that. The Taiwanese people, they mastered it. They've been doing it for a while, and they got a massive contract with Apple, Nvidia, like a big company, Samsung. So those companies obviously rely on Taiwan massively. And Taiwanese people, they're very educated. Most people are highly skilled engineers, and the cost of labor or the wages aren't super high. So plus with the low wage and high productivity of these workers and the dedication, discipline, all whatever you want to call it, and of course the setup requires, I can assume, I don't know, I've never been to a factory, that it's not something simple. But Taiwanese been doing it for so long that they have mastered it. Okay, so I figured it out. So it's not too far from the Taipei 101, literally like a 20 minutes walk. So here it is. They call it the hiking trail. So we're here, and someone said I have to walk across the park, which is this one here, to get to the entrance, and then from there I'll hike. Apparently it takes an hour, which is fine. It's only 11 a.m. and I don't have to go back to the airport until, well, safely 9 p.m. This is nice, a beautiful city, I must say that. Nice and tidy, green, advanced, beauty. Oh look, the sword. Wow, someone just left it there. Oh wow. So it must be those guys there. Imagine someone finds a sword back home in Australia in a park like that. Jesus, there'll be lights and sirens and cops going crazy. Different culture. Anyway, this is nice. So yeah, back to the chip thing. That's obviously the most important thing when people think about, not most important, most common, when people talk about Taiwan, the chip industry. And why can't every other country can do it? They can. But there are a few factors, as I mentioned before: the highly skilled labor, experience, the tech setup, the people. That's very important. I'm not saying that others aren't hard workers, but Taiwanese have just mastered it. Been doing it for so long. But also the components, to make a chip, you need to have different material. Let's put it in a simple language. And not every materials you'll be able to produce in your home country. Okay, I'll just wait for these people. Hello. And for that, like just everything else in the world, like you rely on other countries, import, export, that kind of stuff. Some resources are scarce. Some countries have more than others. So even though other countries can do everything else, they'll have to rely on that particular material. I don't know what mineral, material, chemical, I don't know. Something like that. Something that's used like physically in the chip. can't find a correct term for it. I think it's material. So let's say, for example, so it depends how your foreign affair and trade relationships are with the other countries and how efficiently you can get hold onto that material in quantity as well. And Taiwan's obviously they're sorted in that perspective. Another issue which we all hear about very often is the Taiwan is they also call it ROC, the Republic of China. That's the official name. Oh, it's just slippery, these glasses. They do have fears, or the world has concerns that China could one day invade into Taiwan. And that not necessarily because of the chips. I don't think that's the reason. It's something to do with the geopolitical location where it is. I'm not a big on politics and all that kind of stuff, but what I've heard and seen and all that kind of stuff, I don't support it. I don't support any act of violence, invasion, force. I mean, this is peaceful, beautiful. I'd love to have it continue like this, but just going off what we hear in the news and stuff, the geopolitical location of Taiwan, they're friends with US, so China doesn't want US anywhere near its territory, which is from their perspective, point of view, I understand. It's like China trying to go to Mexico and setting up their, making their backyard. It will concern US. So I'm not supporting or defending anyone here, but I'm just saying that's one way to understand. Right, I think that's the rock there. Hey, I found it. So that bit there, that must be the hiking trail. Oh, the heat, it's getting me. Right, so here we are. So apparently it's only 10 minutes walk up here. What's this called? Shangyang, Shan. It's not 10 minutes, guys. Unless you're running from the bottom to the top non-stop, maybe. Right, I think we are at the halfway point. It does say it's another 270 meters. So another 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes. It doesn't matter where you start from, but this little platform here, that's pretty cool. Gives you a nice view. I'd love to have one of those. There's about just shy of 300 mountains in Taiwan, and it's not the biggest country. It's about probably 400 long and maybe 200 kilometers wide, so not big, but it does have a population of 23 million people, which is about pretty much on par with Australia. Australia is massive, it's huge. All right, let's keep going. All right, so if anyone says it's easy, it's not, guys, it's not easy. It's not the most difficult hike, but it's not walk in the park either. It's decent. I mean, have a look at this one. They got a defib here, so not trying to discourage you, but just trying to keep you realistic. And you're gonna get sweaty. Oh, that's good. They got a water bubbler here. This is nice. So green and lush. That's pretty cool. Super lucky that the typhoon's over. Okay, so we made it. Here it is. So that's the viewpoint, the ultimate. Elephant Mountain. Not bad. I mean, it's a bit of a workout. The viewpoint, not bad. Looks like a little cave. It's narrow, but wide enough. That was an interesting feature. So this gentleman over here, he was pointing at this mountain here, and everyone's just standing there laughing. And I was like, what is it? Initially I was like, oh, what do you climb here or something? And everyone's laughing. And one of the guys, he said, nah, it looks like, he's saying it looks like Donald Trump's hair. Donald Trump? I won't say anything, I'll leave it to that. Oh, actually, another funny story. So at one of the points, I was, one of the guys said, do you want me to take a photo? I was looking for that. I'm solo, so that happens often. And then the guy took my photo, and I could see the flash on the back of my phone, and I'm like, oh, is it on a timer? And he said, no, I turned the flash on because you're black. And I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't take any offense or whatsoever, but it was funny. Not funny because he said black, but there was other people there, and no one was feeling awkward except myself. And then I realized, he's got a point. What he's trying to probably say is I'm dark, or I'm brown, but, black is the same thing. But it was quite funny, and I was like, love your honesty, mate. All right, let's wrap it up. So the Elephant Mountain, where is it? Well, it's 20 minutes walk from the Taipei 101, sorry. Is any cost to get up there? No, it's free. Are there toilets up there? I haven't seen any. Water, they're not selling it, but I did see a water bubbler. Walking down this local street, there's a lot of similar kind of setup. I've seen these balconies are caged. Someone said the crime rate is really low. Everyone feels safe. So I don't know is that crime prevention, or that's something just a requirement. So we finished with the Elephant Mountain. Now I'm back in the downtown, and the next goal is to get to the top of Taipei 101. There's fish in there. How clean the water has to be for the fish to be in there. That's impressive. And there's so many. Okay, so about time. We're gonna head into the Taipei 101. Alright, so made it to the top, not top, but to the 89th floor of Taipei 101. It's called Taipei 101 because it's got 101 floors. But this is the 89th floor. It's pretty cool. It's all indoor, so it's all 360 views, but through the obviously the glass windows. I think maybe that's the Elephant Mountain where I went to early in the morning. When I was talking about early in the morning, the Taiwanese people have this concern that China may attack one day. So to be prepared for that, they do organize every year a mock drill. I think that's probably the word for it. And in that one day, the whole city pretty much, the sirens goes off and everyone must follow the instructions of police officers or army, all the authorities, and they send everyone in the subway, the tunnels, the stations. Obviously, it's the shelter in case it's bombing. And anyone who doesn't follow instructions can get fined $5,000 US. So, this one is the world's largest wind damper. Of course, this building is up high, and it's going to be prone to high winds. But to stabilize the building, I think this one kind of like works like a, I don't know, what do you call a gyroscope, or it's like it moves with the pistons to counterbalance, I think, the force of the wind. Okay, so that was Taipei 101. I did end up spending a couple of hours up there. I had to kill time anyway. And to beat the heat, that was probably the best option. Now you can stay there for sunset, but you got to be mindful that the light from inside is only going to reflect more into the windows as the sun goes down. So to me, I didn't want to have that view. Didn't really bother me. You can go up, I think, another couple of levels where they do have like a small 20 meters fenced kind of area, but it's shit. It's all like a metal bars. You got to be like, I don't know, really, really tall to be able to even look over, but it's not worth it. But give it a shot if you want to. That's part of the ticket anyway. Just missed it. Alright, when's the next train? This is hectic. Have a look at everyone. They're running around changing trains because the different lines, red, blue, purple, green. These trains are really fast. They call them high-speed rail. It's R10. This is platform 1, I think. Right, change of plans. I don't think I can make it. These trains are super busy, and it's almost 7 o'clock, and I have to catch another train to the airport, which goes for like an hour. So that will be, even if I leave now, 8 o'clock, and my flight's at 11. I can't risk it. Sorry guys, I have to miss the night markets. Alright, so that was my one day in Taiwan, pretty much in Taipei. And I had to skip the night markets because I ran out of time. I think I spent too much time at Taipei 101, but it's alright. That gives me another reason to come back here. Would I? I think I could, because by looking at the mountains and nature and the country in general, it's quite interesting. So it's a good chance I might come back here. Saying that, I'm at the airport and my journey to Europe will continue from here. My flight's in 3 hours, so I just made it back on a safe time, I guess. Would love to see in my videos, so if you haven't subscribed or if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. And saying that, we'll see you very shortly in the next video. Take care. Boarding.